Hello friends, welcome to CS Tute. Today we are going to discuss about Mealy machine. It is a finite automata just similar to DFA, NFA and Moore machine. The only difference between the Moore machine and Mealy machine is that in this the output is associated with each transition. However, in case of Moore machine, the output was associated with each state. Now let's see the difference between the output association with the state in case of Moore machine and the output association with each transition in case of Mealy machine. Now let's take an example. For example, suppose let's talk about the Moore machine first. So the output is associated with each state. For example, there is a state Q naught and let's say output A is associated with the state Q naught. Then this is represented within the state. For example, Q naught oblique A, where Q naught represents the state and A represents the output associated with the state Q naught. Now suppose we read a input symbol, for example 0, and we move to a next state, let's say 1, Q1. Then and assume that the output is associated with the state Q1 is B. Then it is represented like Q1 oblique B. So over here it means that when we are on the state Q naught, the output associated with the state Q naught is A, and reading our input symbol 0, we are moving towards the state Q1 and output associated with the state Q1 is B. So this is the representation of the Moore machine in which the output is associated with the state. Now let's talk about the representation of Mealy machine. In case of Mealy machine, the output is associated with each transition. So let's take the example of the output association with a transition. Let's say we are on the state Q naught. So currently we are on the state Q naught and we are reading an input symbol as 0. While reading the input symbol 0, we obtain the output, for example, let's say A. Then we reach to the state Q1. So as I have mentioned that in the case of Mealy machine, the output is associated with the transition. So when we are transiting from state Q0 to state Q1, the output is associated with the transition. Now in this case, we are currently on the state Q0. We are reading the input symbol 0 and we are moving towards the state Q1 and the output obtained is A. So this is the difference between the Moore machine and Mealy machine. In both the cases, there is output associated, but in case of Moore, the output is associated with the states, and in case of Mealy, the output is associated with the transition. Now, just similar to the Moore machine, Mealy machine can also be represented in mathematical form. So, a Mealy machine is denoted by ME and is represented using 6 tuples. So, these 6 tuples are just same as the Moore machine tuples, but there is the difference in the representation of lambda dash. Now, before moving further, if in case you haven't watched our video on Moore machine, you can go back and watch it so that you are clear about the difference between the Moore machine and Mealy machine and there is no confusion left. Now let's continue with our Mealy machine. So Mealy machine is denoted by ME and the first tuple of our Mealy machine is capital Q. Capital Q is a non-empty finite set of states in the Mealy machine ME. Summation is a non-empty finite set of input symbols. Delta is the non-empty finite set of output symbols. Then small delta, now this is capital delta and this is our small delta. So small delta is a transition function. Before moving further, let's see that why a Mealy machine is known as a finite automata. Because it has finite set of states, finite set of input symbols and finite set of output symbols. And since the number of states, the number of input symbols and number of output symbols are finite, hence it is called a finite automata. Now let's discuss about the transition function. So the transition function takes two arguments. One is our input state and another is our input symbol. So let's talk about the transition function. So if we talk about delta, it takes two arguments. First is the input state. Let's say currently we are on the state Q0. So the input is our input state. Then second input is our input symbol. Now let's say we are reading a input symbol 0. Then we will move to a state Q1. So this is a transition function. Now the meaning of this transition function is that currently we are on the state Q0 and we are reading a input symbol 0. Then we are moving to a new state, that is state Q1. As we have already seen many a times in our previous videos that the transition function can be represented in three ways. We can represent it in the form of a function that is known as a transition function itself. So this is the representation of a transition function. Transition function can also be represented in the form of a transition table. So this is the transition table in which we can represent our transitions. Then the third representation is in the form of a state diagram or a transition diagram, or we can also call it as a transition graph. So state Q0 reading a input symbol 0, and when we move to state Q1, let's say the output associated with this transition is A. So this is the representation in the form of a graph. So it is called as transition graph, state diagram or transition diagram. Now let's move further. So the next tuple of our mathematical representation is lambda dash. Lambda dash is a mapping function that maps capital Q into summation to delta. So over here, let's say for example, we are taking the two inputs as capital Q. So we are taking the current state. Let's say we are currently on the state Q0. Then we are providing the input, that is, for example, let's say in this case we are taking the input as 0. Now it will give us the output corresponding to this particular transition. So when we are on the state Q0 and we are taking the input as 0, then it will tell us the output associated to this transition. Let's say for example the output is A. So it will give us an output as A. So it gives the output associated with each transition. Now, the difference between the Moore and Mealy machine lies over here. In case of Mealy machine, since the output is associated with each transition, so it is represented like this, and there are two arguments that are considered, the current state and the input. But in case of Moore machine, since the output is associated only with the state, so in the lambda, we only give the current state, and with the current state the output is obtained because the output is associated with each and every state. That's why in the argument we only provide the current state and the output corresponding to this state is obtained over here. So this is the difference between the representation of lambda dash in case of our Mealy machine and Moore machine. Now, Q0 is our initial state of the Mealy machine and Q0 belongs to the set of state that is capital Q. Now, let's see the representation of a Mealy machine in a form of a table. That means we are talking about a transition table. So, in case of a transition table, as we have checked in case of Moore machine, there was the current state, that means the present state. Then there were two inputs. So, over here also we are having two inputs as A equal to 0 and A equal to 1. So, the two inputs are 0 and 1. Then, in case of the Moore machine, we have only a single output column because the output was associated with the states. That's why there was a single column. But in this case, in the case of Mealy machine, the output is associated with the transition and each transition is represented by using two things. First is the current state and second is the input provided at this particular state. So whenever we provide an input to a state, then only we are going to transit to our next state. So that means our present state and the input will provide us an output. That's why for each state we will have as many number of outputs as there are inputs. So for example, for state Q1 we have two inputs as A equal to 0 and A equal to 1. Similarly, we will have two output also corresponding to every input provided. So this is the representation of the transition table for Mealy machine. Now, as I have already told you that any machine is not complete until and unless all the tuples are not represented. And since a Mealy machine requires 6 tuples for its representation, and the representation of table is only the tuple delta. So table represents only delta. Now let's talk about the other 5 tuples. So in this case, we can see that in this table there are 4 states: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So capital Q is equal to Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now, if we talk about the next tuple, that is summation, that is a finite set of input symbols. So we have two input symbols, A equal to 0 and A equal to 1. So summation is equal to 0, 1. Then the third tuple is our delta. Capital delta represents the set of output. So if we check our outputs, we will find that there are only two unique outputs, 0 and 1. So capital delta is equal to 0, 1. Now, one thing to be clear over here is that summation and delta are two unique sets. If the values of the set summation and set delta are same, that is a coincidence. It is not necessary that the values in the summation and the values in the set capital delta are always same. We can have different values if different output is provided. So these two sets are unique and they can have common elements or they cannot have common elements. Now, let's talk about the next tuple, that is lambda dash, because small delta we have already represented in the form of a table. Now let's talk about lambda dash. So lambda dash, as already discussed, takes two inputs. First is the state and second is the input, and it provides us the output. So lambda dash takes the input as Q1 and the input is taken as 0. Suppose we are on the state Q1 and reading the input as 0, the output produced will be 0. So state Q1, input 0, the output is 0. Similarly, when we are on the state Q1, reading input as 1, then the output will be 0. So on the state Q1, reading input as 1, the output is 0. Then Q2, reading input 0, output is 1. So Q2, reading input 0, output is 1. Then Q2 reading input 1, output is 0. Q2 reading input 1, output is 0. Similarly, we are on the state Q3 reading input 0, then the output is 1. So we are on the state Q3 reading input 0, output is 1. Similarly, we are on the state Q3 reading input A equal to 1, the output will be 1. So we are on the state Q3 reading input 1, output is 1 over here. Similarly, for state Q4, reading input 0, output is 1. For Q4, input 0, output 1. Similarly, for state Q4, input 1, output is 0. For state Q4, input is 1, output is 0. So in this way, Mealy machine can be represented in the form of a table and other 5 tuples along with the representation of small delta in a form of a table. We can also represent it in the form of a function or in the form of a graph. So in our next video, we will watch that how we can generate a diagram corresponding to this particular table. So how can we represent this table for delta in a form of a transition graph or transition diagram? So stay tuned with our channel for more updates and more videos. Please like and subscribe our channel CS Tutes. In case of any queries, you can leave the comment in the comment section below. Thank you.